Week 3 happens to be our innovation week, which happens to be part of the National Digital Media Training Program. This week, our trainees got the opportunity to form teams, but before they got the opportunity to form teams, they were taken through team dynamics. They needed to understand the dynamics in every team. They needed to assess each member in every team, and so they also got the opportunity to use the team member assessment canvas to be able to assess themselves as a team. Aside being put together as a team, they also got to know how or the stages involved in team formation. So they got to know from how they will start as a team in terms of forming, in terms of storming, in terms of norming, and how they can perform in a team and how the team can be adjoined as well. After this stage, they got the opportunity to also learn or take part in the design thinking process. Design thinking process was needed at this stage of the week because it gave them the opportunity to empathize, to be able to define, to be able to ideate, to be able to prototype, and to be able to test the ideas with the users on the ground. And so they got the opportunity to go to the field and to be able to undertake the empathy trip exercise. When they went to the field, they observed, they engaged, and they also immersed with the users on the ground. They got the opportunity to engage with them. They got the opportunity to ask questions in relation to their ideas. After engaging the users through the empathy trip, they came back to the hub to be able to define their problems. They needed to define their problem because that was the focal point in their problem solving. Without defining their problems, it would have been a challenge for them. And so in the define stage of the design thinking process, they got the opportunity to use the problem tree and also the solution tree to be able to define their problem in the second stage of the design thinking process. After that, they got the opportunity to ideate, and in doing that, they were able to brainstorm. They were able to come up with certain design requirements that needed to shape their problem and their solution tree. After doing all this, they got the opportunity to also prototype and test their business ideas with these same users. This was needed because their solutions that they were coming up with were solutions that needed to be focused on the community they find themselves in, and so they needed to do something that the users will embrace after they've left the training space. This is what transpired in our week 3 of the National Digital Media Training Program. Thank you.